They keep calling your phone smart. But if it's so smart, why does it start slowing down the moment the last payment clears? Welcome to smartphones in 2026. Not tools, not upgrades. Subscriptions disguised as glass and aluminum. Every year it's the same ritual. Pro, Ultra, Max, AI Edition, new colors, new buzzwords, same battery anxiety by mid-afternoon. Your storage is full. Your battery health is fine until it isn't. And that revolutionary camera looks suspiciously like last year's with a different filter. Because here's the truth, nobody at the carrier store will say, the smartphone industry in 2026 isn't about innovation. It's about keeping you on a treadmill. Run faster, pay more, end up exactly where you started. So today, we're ranking the biggest smartphone brands of 2026, from the ones quietly wasting your money to the ones that might actually deserve space in your pocket. This isn't sponsored. This isn't spec sheet worship. This is about what happens after the honeymoon ends. Let's start at the bottom. Number 10. Motorola. The legend that forgot how to age. There was a time when Hello Moto meant something. The Razr wasn't just a phone, it was a statement. You flipped it shut like a movie character and felt cool doing it. Fast forward to 2026, and Motorola feels like a band touring on nostalgia with one original member left. On paper, their phones look fine. Big screens, decent cameras, 5G everywhere. In real life, it's a slow fade. Plastic builds, weak long-term software support, update schedules that quietly disappear. One owner told us, Month 1, smooth. Month 6, random lag. Month 12, factory reset tutorials in my search history. Motorola's problem isn't that their phones are terrible. It's that they're forgettable. They try to compete with budget kings without the polish, vision, or ecosystem. And in 2026, forgettable is worse than bad. You don't remember why you bought it. You just remember when it started annoying you. Number 9. Xiaomi, the illusion factory. If Motorola is stuck in the past, Xiaomi lives in a magic show. Every year they pull a new rabbit out of the hat. 120 Hz AMOLED, 200 megapixel cameras, insane charging speeds. On launch day, it feels like theft. Then reality shows up. Built-in ads, bloatware you can't fully remove, cameras that collapse the moment lighting isn't perfect, and software support that feels like a coin toss. One user wrote, "It felt insane for the price." Until 6 months later when updates slowed, bugs stacked up, and I realized I was the beta tester. Xiaomi's real trick is confusion by design. Redmi, Poco, Lite, Pro, Ultra, Special Edition. 10 phones that look identical, launched weeks apart. By the time you understand what you bought, they've already moved on. Yes, their top-tier flagships can be impressive, but most of the lineup ages fast, like milk in summer, cheap today, sour tomorrow. Number 8. OnePlus. The rebel who sold out, once upon a time, buying a OnePlus meant you knew something others didn't. Flagship killer. Premium speed, half the price. In 2026, it feels like a midlife crisis wrapped in a glass back. They used to crash the party. Now they're wearing a tux and copying Samsung's homework. The software that once felt clean is now bloated. Updates arrive, eventually. And prices, shockingly close to the brands they were meant to destroy. A longtime fan told us, I stayed loyal from the OnePlus 3 to the 9. My last upgrade felt like paying more for less personality. OnePlus phones are still fine, fast, capable, polished. But the soul? That raw anti-establishment energy? It's still sitting somewhere in a group chat with the OnePlus 3T. In 2026, OnePlus isn't killing flagships. It joined them. Why these brands fall early? Notice the pattern. Phones that look great on day one, brands that struggle with long-term trust, updates that fade, performance that slowly erodes. These aren't phones designed to stay with you. They're designed to nudge you forward, toward the next model, the next payment, the next upgrade. And that's the real trap. But not every brand plays this game the same way. Now we're stepping into the heavyweight section. The brands everyone recognizes. The ones carriers push hardest. The names people defend online like sports teams. This is where the money gets serious, and where the traps get smarter. Number 7. Google. The genius that can't commit Google phones are the perfect reflection of Google itself. Brilliant ideas, bold experiments, and just enough chaos to make you nervous. Pixels in 2026 are still kings of computational photography. Night shots, portraits, AI features, genuinely impressive. When they work, they feel alive. But living with a Pixel long-term is like beta testing a future that never fully ships. Random bugs. Bluetooth forgetting your car exists. Battery life that feels fine, until an update quietly changes something. One Pixel owner told us, "Best camera I've ever had. Worst consistency. Every update feels like rolling dice." Google's biggest flaw isn't innovation, it's follow-through. They launch ideas faster than they polish them. If you love smart features and don't mind quirks, Pixels can feel magical. If you want stability above all else, they can drive you insane. Number 6. Samsung. The showman who learned how to sell, not how to stop Samsung, doesn't sell phones. They sell spectacle, foldables, ultra cameras, displays so bright they burn into your retinas. And to be fair, their hardware is still elite. Some of the best screens on Earth. Strong cameras, a massive ecosystem. But in 2026, Samsung feels tired. Every launch sounds new, but feels familiar. Bigger numbers, more AI. Same experience? Then there's the software. One UI looks clean, until duplicate apps, system ads, and random prompts start creeping in. And then comes the part Samsung never talks about. Phones slowing down right around year 2. Updates getting lighter. Battery health suddenly becoming a concern. Coincidence? Maybe. But one longtime user said, "Every Samsung I've owned felt amazing for 2 years. Then the countdown started." Samsung phones aren't bad. They're just designed for momentum, not longevity. They want you excited, right up until the next release. Number 5. Apple, the luxury loop. Apple still makes incredible phones. Let's get that out of the way. Fast chips, great cameras, the smoothest ecosystem in tech. But in 2026, Apple isn't selling innovation anymore. They're selling identity. Every keynote sounds revolutionary. Every upgrade feels incremental. Compare a new iPhone to one from 3 years ago and ask yourself honestly, did your life change? Or did your wallpaper? Then there's repairability. Apple doesn't want you fixing your phone. They want you replacing it. Serialized parts, locked batteries, messages warning you when something wasn't installed correctly. One owner put it bluntly, "I don't own my iPhone. I rent it until Apple decides I shouldn't." The ecosystem is beautiful, and also a velvet cage. iMessage, AirDrop, iCloud. Once you're in, leaving feels like switching planets. Apple phones still work incredibly well, but you're paying a premium for consistency, not progress. And that's why Apple lands in the middle. Not because they're bad, but because the price no longer matches the freedom. The pattern so far. Here's what we've seen. Motorola, Xiaomi, OnePlus, value fades fast. Google, brilliant, unstable. Samsung, amazing hardware, planned momentum. Apple, polished, locked-down luxury. Different styles, same outcome. Phones designed to move you forward, not stay with you. But not every brand plays that game. Some companies went the opposite direction. Less hype, more intent. And one of them might completely change how you think about smart. Up to this point, the pattern has been ugly but clear. Most phone brands in 2026 don't want loyalty. They want momentum. They don't ask, how long can this last? They ask, how soon will they want the next one? But a few brands stepped off that treadmill. Not to win headlines, not to chase hype, but to build phones that actually respect the person holding them. This is where the ranking flips. Number 4, Sony. The quiet professional nobody markets properly. Sony phones don't shout. They don't beg for attention. They don't plaster buses with ads. And that's exactly why most people overlook them. Sony's Xperia line in 2026 feels different the moment you use it. Not flashy, not exaggerated, precise. Their displays are reference grade. Their camera sensors power phones that outsell them 10 to 1. But here, you get control, not AI guesses. Manual photography, manual video, real tools for people who care about the craft. One owner told us, "My Xperia doesn't try to impress me. It just lets me do exactly what I want." The downside? Sony phones are niche. The software feels cold to casual users. Customer support in the US is thin, and Sony assumes you know what you're doing. But in a world drowning in AI filters and fake clarity, Sony's restraint feels refreshing. It earns its spot because it treats users like adults, not targets. Number 3. Nothing. The reminder that phones can still have character. This one surprises people. A company literally called Nothing somehow built one of the most human phones of 2026. No bloatware, no ads, no dark patterns, just clean software, honest design, and a community-driven roadmap. The transparent back isn't a gimmick, it's a statement. Same with the glyph lights. They give notifications presence again. Something physical, something you notice without staring at a screen. A longtime user said, "It's the first phone in years that feels fun, not stressful." Nothing doesn't chase specs wars. They chase experience. Updates arrive fast. Feedback actually gets heard. You don't feel milked for accessories every year. Are they perfect? No. Durability can be average. The ecosystem is still growing. But nothing has what the giants lost: personality, trust, and intent. And in 2026, that's rare. Number 2. Asus. Power without manipulation. Asus is dangerous because they don't play marketing games. No lifestyle branding, no influencer nonsense, just performance and control. The ROG Phone 8 is a monster. Real cooling, real sustained performance. No thermal throttling pretending to be AI optimization. And for normal humans, the Zenfone line is a miracle. Compact, repair-friendly, user-focused. One Asus owner said, "It's the first phone I bought that doesn't nag me to upgrade." Their software stays clean. Updates are consistent. No ads, no lock-in tricks. Asus phones are built for people who treat phones as tools, not jewelry. They don't scream luxury. They deliver results. That's why Asus sits just shy of the top. Number 1. Fairphone. The phone that breaks the system. This isn't the fastest phone. It's not the prettiest. It won't win benchmark screenshots. And yet, it wins 2026. Fairphone is the only major brand asking a radical question. What if your phone wasn't disposable? The Fairphone 5 is modular by design. Battery? Replace it yourself. Camera? Swap it. Screen? No glue nightmares. No serial locks. No punishment for repairs. No guilt-tripping pop-ups. One owner put it simply, "For the first time, I feel like I own my phone, not the other way around." Software support runs for years, not maybe, not we'll see. Years. Performance is solid. Battery life is reliable, and the materials are ethically sourced. Fairphone isn't trying to impress you, it's trying to free you. In an industry built on planned obsolescence, that's not just different, that's revolutionary. Final thoughts. The real meaning of smart. Phones in 2026 are mirrors. They reflect what kind of buyer you are. If you chase hype, the industry will happily sell you more of it. If you chase value, longevity, and control, there are still brands worth believing in. Being frugal doesn't mean being cheap. It means buying once, buying right, and buying on your terms. You don't need a pro model to be a pro at life. You need a phone that works for you, not a company that works you. You're watching Appliance Trap, where we cut through the hype, expose the manipulation, and help you spend smarter. One device at a time. If this video made you rethink your next upgrade, hit subscribe and stay sharp. Because your money deserves respect.